love to see women's breakthrough. That's probably one of the main things, the main motivators of me doing what I do, which is to see how women have this amazing breakthrough when it comes to finances, and they can actually see that they have a future, that they can retire, that they can accumulate wealth, that they can grow their money, and that they don't have that they can get rid of their debt, right? Unfortunately, all of these things cause a huge amount of stress, and so the reason that sometimes we need this is because we want to be able to have a better life, right? We are looking to have a better quality of life. However, the topic of money, the topic of finances is always kind of sticky. Like I see a lot of resistance, especially around females. They don't really want to hear anything that has to do with finances. They find it boring, or they find it too difficult to understand, or they say, "My husband takes care of their finances," or I have a financial advisor. I don't need any advice." But is that really 100% truth? I have found that, once I have sat down with a lot of my clients, that has not been the case. Like they're not clear about their financial freedom number. They're not clear about where they want to be. And before I forget, if you're watching the replay, please make sure to type replay in the comments, and any questions that you may have, please feel free to put it in. But why it is so hard to talk about finances? I do wonder. You know, I wonder why each of us have difficulty talking about finances. Obviously, when I before I started talking and working around finances, I had an issue with that, and it was because of the way I grew up, the way that my mother taught me, and the concept that she taught me about money, which was that people that are rich are greedy, or um, talking about money, or people that are rich are like are evil, and like, or like the Bible said, rich people, they don't they are not going to be in the kingdom of God, and all this stuff. So I had a very strong religious background. Therefore, that make me feel that at the beginning, when I tried to start working in this industry, I had a really difficult time, because of all of the baggage and all of the concepts and all of the things that I was taught in the past. So a lot of times it's not just coming from the parents, but also from experiences that we might have had that make us not want to talk about finances, make us not wanting to talk about money. And I have always said that, for the most part, if you have issues with money, if you have any type of issues with finances, it is because it is not because you are lacking of the resources, or because you're not making enough money, but it is a mindset problem. And it's not your fault. It's not your fault that you are feeling stressed every single day about paying your bills. It's not your fault that you're scrambling at the end of the month in order to pay your bills. It is not your fault that you are trying to start a business and this is not working. Like you keep trying over and over and over and over, and for some reason you are not having the success that other women are having. Oops, I almost lost the microphone. And why is that? Well, the reason for that is because, again, everything has to do with what we have been taught. We have been told by our parents, we have been told by society, we have been told by the government, we have been told by the experiences that we have had, and then all of that is accumulated in our brain in those archives. So whenever something that is similar to the experiences that we have had in the past, or the things that we have been taught in the past, whenever something similar to that comes in, then we are going to be triggered, or something in our brain is going to say, "Oh, this is similar to what happened in the past, or therefore I need to protect it. The purpose of our brain is to protect us. And our brain, not only that, our brain is like super old, like, for generations and generations, our genetic and our DNA is transferring from one generation to another. So we are still carrying things that are like super, super far, back. So we need to break all of these patterns. We need to break, like for example, in my case, I was carrying for who knows how long the poverty DNA. So it was really hard, but I needed to break that. The first thing, obviously, was to recognize that I was carrying the poverty DNA. And if you guys want to read more about that, please Google it so you can see that this is actually a gene that we can actually carry. So again, the purpose of the brain is to protect us. So any experiences that we have had in the past regarding money, regarding finances, is going to start triggering like an alarm in order for us to protect us or to stop us from doing things that are gonna make us better, are gonna get us to where we want to be. So one of the first thing that we need to do is to get honest with ourselves and start talking about money and start talking about finances with our friends, with our family, with people that we trust, or ask other people, where do you put your money? What is it that you do with your money once you make it? How can I grow more my money? How can I get into a better financial situation? How can I get rid of all my debt? My debt is keeps growing and I'm spending all this money and building this business, and now I don't know what to do because now I cannot invest anymore, but nothing is working. Again, all of that are patterns. All of that are things that are attached to something bigger. So, as an intuitive financial coach, I have been able to help my clients to eliminate all those the limiting beliefs that are stopping them from feeling comfortable regarding their finances and regarding talking about money. Not only that, but then I am able to give them guidance, to be able to close the gap of what is it that is stopping them from achieving success in their business. Let's start with that, right? And also achieving financial success. So, and then the clarity that they need in order to know what is the number that they need so they can become financially independent. And what is the strategy that they need to use in order to be able to achieve that and become a finance babe? That is all what my brand is all about. So you can become a finance babe. Feel confident about money. Feel confident about talking about finances and get honest with yourself. So again, why should we talk about finances? Why do you think that we should talk about finances? Put it in the comments. Let me know. One of the thing is that talking about finances is the first step to recognize that we can get help. It doesn't mean that we have everything figured out. Like comparing with everybody, like everybody has probably difficulty in certain area. And when we talk about it and when we become honest about our financial situation, we will be able to, like, it's the first step to action. It's the first step to be able to have liberation, freedom, right? So again, I have find that when we are not honest with each other, we are going to struggle. And why hire a financial coach? Well, one of the reasons is that because the financial coach is going to not only listen to you, but they understand your situation, and then they're going to guide you on, the avenues that you can take and empower you to make your own financial decisions. That's the beauty of a financial coach. And but again, if you're just relying on what your financial advisor is telling you, if you are just relying on what the government is telling you, if you are just relying on your husband to make financial decisions for you, is you're gonna struggle. Unfortunately, I have a lot of clients that their husband has passed away because men die when they get sick, or when they have a heart attack. The percentage. Not only that, they die younger than women too. We live longer for the most part. So I have a lot of clients. It breaks my heart that once they had their husband pass away, they have no idea where their money is, or they have come with like a huge surprise that what they thought the husband was doing, he was not. There's no will. Now they have to go to probate. There's no trust. Now they cannot protect their assets. Or if there's a trust, they're not the wife is not the beneficiary. Maybe the beneficiary is a trust, and they have no access to their trust at all, and no access to the money at all. Or I have clients that the husband has spent the money, and then they just have say, "Oh no, like everything is fine," and but then they have find out that is not the case. Other of my clients are divorced now, and the husband, little by little, they have transition money to different places, or because they trust the money that they have inherited, they have given it to their husband to do something, maybe a business, or maybe to create, to pay off debts that they had, and now they're divorced, and all of that money that should have gone or could have gone to their personal retirement, now as women they have absolutely nothing. And you hear that over and over. This is not something that is foreign. This is something that happens all the time. So that's why I help single and divorced women or widows to help them get back on track with their finances. Because for the most part, women that are married, they relied on their husbands to take care of their finances, or they just don't want to hear about it or talk about it. So that is my talk for today. Again, if you guys really want to, get down, on it, be honest with yourself, and you feel that, yeah, I can actually use a little bit more um, knowledge about finance, not only to help me in my personal life, but also in my business. So I can actually keep growing my money and expanding and build sexy assets. So if that is something that you want to do, please make sure to ask questions. Please make sure to look for help. That's what I'm here, and that's why I love to be part of this group. So to empower you, to teach you how you can become financially independent and have the power to choose on your own what is it that which is the area that requires help, and how you can overcome it and make it a lot better. So that's my talk for today. Again, Sarah Xavier, creator and founder of Finance Babe, and make sure to look me up. Again, Finance Babe is my Facebook group, Finance Babes, and then Finance Babe is my business page. For now, you guys have a good day and a great weekend. Ciao.